Hi, welcome back to another vlog. I've been so busy with work and getting ready to move that I just haven't had a chance to get the camera out and really explain what's happening too much, but there are going to be a few clips in here of just like little things that I've done over the past few weeks. This will mainly be centered around us preparing to move. It's been a long time coming, but the time is finally here. It's Good Friday, so it's Easter long weekend, and I have one more day in the office next week. I'm gonna run you through like a little life update while I do my eyebrows because I haven't done them in a few weeks. They've actually held up pretty well. I've used this 1,000-hour lash and brow dye, and it was the first time I used it, and I did it maybe 6 weeks ago, but they have faded a little bit, so I'm just going to do that and then catch you up on what's happening over the next few days. So we're finally moving on Wednesday next week. We're mostly packed. It's just like a few final things that need to be organized this weekend, but I have a bit of work to do. I'm working on a really exciting project for a shoe brand that is based in Melbourne, Victoria, which is where we're moving, but all of their shoes are made in Italy and they're of such amazing quality, and I've actually known about the brand for a while, so this is like kind of a dream project for me, but it's got a really tight turnaround, so they need concepts to present to some potential new buyers. They're presenting at the beginning of May, so I need to finish off the brand presentation this weekend and send that over to them. I'm hoping to get it done today, and then in and amongst that we've got some drinks and dinner with friends, you know, just as a little goodbye, and then packing, lots and lots of packing. Yeah, and then one more day. I've got one more day in the office next week on Tuesday, and then we're leaving Wednesday morning, which is really exciting. I'll probably do like a separate vlog of us like driving down because we're stopping in some pretty nice places. Two of my best friends live down on the south coast, so we're gonna go stay with them for 2 nights, which will be nice to break up the drive because it is like a 20-hour drive. So we're gonna spread it out over like 4 days. It's still a lot of driving, but yeah, I'm so excited. I just want to be there. We got the most beautiful place. It's a 2-bedroom house. I just can't wait to be there, and it's going to be a little bit cold, which is exciting. It's been so hot for so long in Queensland, so I'm just so over the heat. I don't really do well in the heat, so I'm keen for it to be a little bit colder finally, after what feels like we've had like almost 5 months of extremely hot sort of weather. So oh my god, it's all stuck on. Maybe I shouldn't have used this to mix it. I'm new to this, I've only done it one time. But I don't know, I just never thought I'd be able to do it myself. I don't really like pluck or manicure my eyebrows too much. I don't mind them being a little bit messy, but they are naturally like very fair, but not like a bleach. They don't look like a bleached brow. They're just like fair, like just kind of non-existent. So I do like to dye them, but I would usually just go and get them done, but it's so expensive. And now that I've figured out that I am capable of doing this and I didn't mess it up, I think I'll just do this every time now. I'm not gonna spend the money to go get them done. It's just too expensive. I don't mind them being a little bit messy, but I have been debating whether I like thin out the tail so it sits a little like straighter. I don't know if that's just like TikTok telling me that it's trendy to have thin straight brows. I don't know if it would actually look good on me, and then I don't want to like over thin them, you know, over a few years and then never have them again. This is actually quite a foolproof way for me to do my brows, and I usually just go a bit crazy with it and go over like all the hairs and then whatever, and that way I can like see what I want to pluck and what I want to keep. And I did do my eyelashes last time, but it didn't really do much. Like I didn't really notice a difference. I reckon if I had like a lift, oh my god, if I had like a lift, a lash lift and like a curl, I guess it would look a bit better. But oh shit, I just remembered I'm supposed to put like Vaseline on my skin. Whoops. Yeah, it's so crazy, like when you start packing you realize how much shit you have. And I guess this kind of ties in. I've been listening to the Anti-Capitalism Book of Fashion this week, and a lot of the stuff I already knew about the working conditions of the manufacturers and the really, really poor pay and conditions and all that sort of stuff that people undergo, and that the fashion industry is kind of inextricably linked to capitalism and waste and exploitation and all that stuff. And I've already, like in the last like year, been making so much more of an effort to shop secondhand first, and I think I'm gonna try to keep that up this year. And even like when we're furnishing our house, obviously it's very expensive to buy brand new furniture, so this, and especially in Melbourne, there's so much good stuff on Facebook Marketplace, and I'm really excited to try to pull together a nice home with not having to buy brand new furniture and be able to source like cool vintage. It's going to be a little bit of a slower process, but it's going to save me a ton of money. And I enjoy secondhand shopping, I enjoy vintage, and it's better for the planet and it's better for the life cycle of consumer goods. So, and I feel like obviously vintage stuff has so much more character, so I'm really keen to find some cool vintage stuff. And there's obviously a lot of amazing markets down there as well. Fuck, did I fuck this one up? I mean, it always looks crazier than it ends up being, because it obviously goes very dark, but once I wash it off, it's fine. But anyway, I'm gonna stop rambling and I will show you what they look like when I take this off. But yeah, today is just gonna be, I'm working for the morning, working on finishing this project, packing in between, putting on endless loads of washing because it always escapes me. And then we're going to like a little barbecue with family later just to say goodbye. So yeah. So nice in the sun, but I was like, I pretty much just worked for the rest of the day yesterday. I really had to get that brand presentation first draft over to the client, so fingers crossed that they're liking the direction. I'm sure there'll be feedback, which is fine. There's always feedback on the first draft, which is cool. I think they're really happy with where it's going, so I just worked on that for most of the day yesterday and then went out for like a family barbecue yesterday afternoon until like the early evening, which was really nice. It was just really chill. We just had drinks, we had a bunch of food, and it was just out on like a bit of property. So all the dogs were just playing together and we watched the sun go down and it was just super beautiful. But then when we got home, I had to do a little bit more work, which is fine. It's just the way it goes at the moment. I'm reading the new Hunger Games book and it is so good. I haven't read like this genre of novel in a while, so it feels really good. I feel so vested in the story already. I'm only up to page 93, I think, but I feel like I've just been reading so much lit fic and non-fiction at the moment where there's not like a massive plot. It's more just for the vibes and I'm getting a little bit bored, so it's nice to have the change up, and I just feel like I'm gonna breeze through this so quickly. I'm just gonna spend a few more hours doing that, and then at around like 3 o'clock we're going for drinks and food at the pub with all of our mates, just as like a little goodbye. It'll be the last time that we see them for a while, which is gonna be sad, but needs to happen. I just got out of the shower. I was sweating so bad, packing everything and moving a bunch of boxes around, but this is where all of our boxes are, in the bedroom behind mine. I still have to pack up my studio, but I'm gonna do that tomorrow. It's just too hot and I need some help, and I'm too stressed. I got my period today and my stomach's hurting, and I'm just, you know, first day feels, it's not a vibe. All I want to do is make myself another coffee or a tea and sit the fuck down. But we're gonna have steak tacos for dinner. I've been craving tacos so bad, and yes, we're having something different. Every other vlog I make tomato soup, which is honestly just a coincidence, but it's so easy to make and it's so yummy. But tonight we're gonna have steak tacos. We would usually do the steak on the barbecue, but we've run out of gas, so we're just gonna have to make do on the stove. Yeah, I feel like I'm starting to worry that not everything is going to fit. And because we're not using a mover and we're just like putting everything in our own cars and driving down, like I feel like we have the freedom to be like a little bit less organized, like with our packing. Like I've got like these 3 wicker baskets that I've basically just like everything like in a category that doesn't have enough things to like have its own box is just going in these 3 baskets, and they're just like open at the top. But I feel like it'll be fine. We're just going from here to there. But I've tried to like organize everything as much as possible. We're going to be living pretty empty house for a while because we're taking down no furniture. The only thing I've bought is a king mattress and a dining table, because the dining table for the moment is gonna act as a desk for me as well, because I have to go back into work on the Monday after we get there on the Saturday. So yeah, I think I've done most of what I can do today. I'm waiting. Matt's bringing home one more like soft storage bag that I'm gonna put like all of our coat hangers in and some shoes. So that'll probably be like the last thing that I do today, packing wise. And then I just put on more washing, which just feels like a never ending cycle. And then, yeah, and then I'll do my studio tomorrow. But yeah, getting there is stressful. It's such a long drive. And I've never driven that far before actually. So we'll see. I got 2, so it's so frustrating that Spotify Premium only gives you 50 hours of audiobooks. I find that to be so dumb. Like I would forfeit my music listening hours for more audiobook hours. And then Audible's like kind of expensive, but I ended up getting Audible and I didn't get a book last month. So I saved up 2 credits. So I got the Anti-Capitalism Book of Fashion, and then I got Giovanni's Room by James Baldwin, which I'm super excited for. And then I'm going to pick another book to listen to on Spotify, probably like a short one, because I'm almost finished the Anti-Capitalism Book of Fashion. So I'll probably finish that before Wednesday when we leave. So if you have any suggestions, let me know. Non-fiction or fiction, I don't mind. I'm happy with either. But anyway, I'm gonna make a tea and put my heat back in the microwave. And then I'm gonna sit down, I'm gonna read my book before I have to start prepping dinner.